Earl Thomas on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Earl?
I'm good, Rich. How are you?
What is it like playing in a game like that? Obviously, you've had many games up in the Pacific Northwest where the weather is kind of frightful, cold and chilly and rainy. But what in the world is it like to play in a game like that in those conditions?
So the weather was definitely a factor in the game. It was wet and it was slippery, so the footing was an issue. But you just had to play through it. But the conditions really affected the game.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to it, do you put it out of your mind? I mean, do you notice it while you're going through your business?
Well, the conditions. Well, they have the seat warmers on the sideline, and then they have the heaters. So I just try to stay warm, and then once you leave that area, you're back cold. So you just try to manage it the best way possible. But like I said, the field was very slippery. And I'm watching film now, and a couple of guys on tape, you just see them just take maybe 3 back pedals, and they slip. So, but we still got the job done. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Where do the Niners rank in terms of teams you played this year, Earl?
I think the tempo of the game allowed, the OC to keep Jimmy G in the game. This how the game turned out. Now if it was if we go by 10 and Lamar doesn't get stripped right there, maybe the situation changed. But I still give this team probably one of the best teams we can play this season. Like they came on defense and offense ready to play ball in our house. So it was definitely a tough matchup.
Well, can you compare them with the Patriots, Earl?
I can't compare because it was two different games. And it was 2 different outcomes. They definitely played us, I guess, better than the Patriots played us, just based on how the game turned out. So I guess I don't want to give them the edge on the Patriots because, you can't count the Patriots out. And I don't want to put the 49ers over the Patriots. That don't even sound
I
right.
know. I certainly, I don't know if you saw how the Patriots struggled offensively against the Texans last night, but you've seen them all, and you've begun to just start pounding people. And the question I have for you is, do you sometimes watch your offense because you've got Lamar Jackson out there? Clearly, you've got business to do once you're off the field, but I'm wondering if you're watching what's going on the field because of Lamar.
Yeah, I'm watching because I'm rooting for these guys. Like, if they don't have success, we definitely not going to have no success. So we watching everything, but we definitely turn into fans when Lamar does Lamar things. Like when he's breaking people's ankles out there, spinning, running for crazy yards, making a crazy throw downfield that only Lamar can do. And we just talk about on the sideline, and I guess that kind of makes us comfortable on the sideline as well going into the next series.
Earl Thomas here on the Rich Eisen Show. Do you need a 9-volt battery for something in your house right now, Earl?
No, I don't, bro. I'm good.
Sounds like your smoke alarm is going off in the background there.
No.
Okay, very good. We got to get you got to make sure everything's safe. Certainly, since you're going to the Super Bowl this year, based on what you said earlier in the week.
Oh man, cut it out, bro! Don't do that
to me. So yeah, the question you were asked if this is a Super Bowl preview, you wrote you think the Niners are going to the Super Bowl. It could be. Let's see when the Super Bowl comes. Whoever we play, they're going to be in trouble. Did you realize what was coming out of your mouth when you were saying that?
Well, I'm very confident in the squad, and I didn't think, first of all, that they would make a big deal out of it. I was just talking to the local media. But I really believe that we really have a legitimate shot to go to the Super Bowl. And they asked the question, so they basically forced that out of me. I didn't have anywhere to run. So I basically said what was on my mind. I really believe that we have a chance to be in the Super Bowl. And just like every other Sunday that we play, or Thursday, whenever we go out there on the grass, it's going to be a hard-fought battle when you're playing us. It's going to be a hard time.
What similarities are there between the two guys who appear to be in the 1-2 in the battle for MVP, and he'll make his latest case tonight on Monday Night Football against the Vikings, Lamar and Russell, who you've played with?
Yeah, they're very versatile players, and then you can't really scheme for backyard football, so they both bring that to the table. And it's hard for defenses, especially when they're running and they tying that D-line out. for 4 quarters, that's a tough task.
So what happens if, let's play this out, since you did, or the media, as you point out, opened the door. What if you go to Miami, you're there for the Super Bowl, and it's Seattle across the way? What would that mean for you?
What would it mean? It would mean that I would have some film that I already, simulated and played the game against this team. I'm not going to make it Earl's coming home, or Earl, I already did that. So I got that out my system. It would just be Seattle, and I would prepare my butt off. The team would prepare their butts off, and we'll go out there and do what it do.
What's it been like to be coached by John Harbaugh? How have you? Because again, he's the first non-Pete Carroll coach that you've had in the NFL. What's it been like? Walk me through that process here.
Yeah. Harbaugh's he's cool. It's been a smooth process. His communication with me has been great, and that's all I can ask for. And other than that, we just take it day by day. If something come up, talk. If not, hey, I'm going on about my business.
And does this feel like a Super Bowl team? Again, you've been on one. You've been in a couple of them. I mean, do you have that feeling? Is it similar for you?
Yeah. So Rich, I just went on a limb and told the media. We just have to talk about. I told the media that I feel like we got to make it to the Super Bowl. So I definitely feel like this is a Super Bowl team. Like we have that it factor on both sides of the ball, all phases.
Okay. So do I take that as another guarantee that you're backing it up again?
Nah, see, don't start that, man. It's just us having a conversation.
I'm just having fun with you, Earl. So, okay.
Yeah.
So now, next up for you guys, Buffalo. I don't know. Were you able to catch the Bills and Cowboys on Thanksgiving?
Bits and pieces, because I was eating and sleeping. So I wake up for a little bit, but I didn't really catch the game. I just catch them on film.
Okay.
Just watch a couple of games on film, a couple of cut-ups.
Well, you said it's difficult to defend mobile or scheme for mobile quarterbacks. Josh Allen is certainly that, Earl. I mean, how do you try? Obviously, you're able to practice against the MVP, who's very mobile, but how do you prepare for that?
Well, we're gonna start developing the game plan here pretty quickly when we get back to work tomorrow. So that's where that starts at. And for me and for the players, just get back to fundamentals day one. Get your fundamentals down. Get everything, your angles right, your corrections from the last game that we just played, and then you move forward. So the coaches will, start talking about it. The players will start discussing it more and more info we get. So right now, I really haven't really started, to be totally honest.
Okay, very good. And what's your favorite Lamar play that you've seen this year? The one that maybe caused you to stop in your tracks?
Yeah, so the one against Cincinnati, he broke. I think it was a QB design run. Mm-hmm. He shook like 2 or 3 people, spun, and then scored. And then I got another one too. So the one he just did this game. 24 trying to come tackle him.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
He went in, and then came back out. I was like, man. And the field was already slippery, so it looked bad.
Yeah, he sat him down is what he did.
Yeah, he did.
Has that ever happened to you on the field?
Yeah, it happened. It happens to everybody.
Well, do you remember who did it to you?
I mean, it happened to me last game, 31. I don't remember the guy's name. He came, and I was trying to get off a block, and I dropped to my knees. He shook me. It happens.
Okay. So when I spoke to Bobby Wagner after the Seahawks beat the 49ers, he said he had a wager with Richard Sherman Lakers tickets on the game. Did you have anything with Sherman on this one?
I didn't have anything with Sherman. So he texted me after the game because his wife and had basically stayed in our suite for the game.
Okay.
And he was like, bro, should I pay you any money? I was like, no, bro. I'd rather just you sit on that L and we're good. We'll call it even. So that was our little, I guess, exchange after the game.
Okay. So are you saying that yours and Richard Sherman's significant others were watching the game together in the suite?
Yeah, and so I got a suite. Yeah.
Okay. But was she showing up in her 49er gear? And is everything cool? I mean, in the suite?
Well, I didn't ask. I didn't ask my wife about it. I didn't ask. She just said that they had a good time.
Okay, that's good.
And that was it.
That's good.
Yeah.
And so you told Richard, "Don't worry, I got you on the tickets. You just sit on the L that you just sat on."
Basically, yeah.
And how did he respond to that? Is it safe for work? His response?
Oh no. He kept it calm. He kept his composure.
Okay.
He knew I was joking.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't make a big deal out of it.
Earl, listen, congrats on the W. Let's chat on down the line as you guys get closer to the goal that you want. How about that? Let's just put it that way.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.